Hi everyone, it's the Assyrian Priestess with you. I hope this finds you well. I am going to do a reading called What Archetypes Will Benefit Us in the Upcoming Weeks. Which archetypes from the Babylonian Tarot will help us in upcoming weeks? Interesting. We also had two other cards pop out. Let's just get a sixth card and I'll read the first two rows for you. So what archetypes will benefit, sustain, support us in upcoming weeks? So interestingly, the first card out is the Prince of Swords, the Prince of Arrows. This is a intellectual thought process that is going to be prominent in your mind. And here I'm sort of seeing a bit of a cautionary tale, actually, that there is something you're trying to achieve or aim for, that you're sort of hastily really wanting to go towards. And you're willing to do anything to get it, like literally make any deal to get it. I see the Devil card as making a deal. And, you know, I think a lot of the times we make deals with workplaces, with partners, with business associates, with just stakeholders that are based on our deepest desires. We think we're going to get something out of it. Now, our deepest desires, as represented by the Devil card, are all about like the things we don't like to admit that we want. Money, power, leadership, beauty, fame, like all of the things that drive the human that a lot of us think we don't have, but maybe in the shadows. Now, I'm not suggesting that all of us want these things. You have to decide what it is about you. What is this thing you're trying to attain, no matter the cost, that is about your most devilish desire? And devilish in a good way. Now here we see a very interesting Assyrian demon called the Lamashtu. And she's a hideous creature. Like, you can look at her body. She's holding two snakes. She's suckling two pigs. And she was a terrible entity for the Assyrian people because it was told that she was the one that stole babies from their cribs. So if women had infants die in their cots early, prematurely, Lamashtu was said to be responsible, or at least an element there. So I guess the message would be to guard anything that needs to be guarded. Like if you have birthed something metaphorically, you've created something that's still in its infancy, I would protect it. Maybe don't announce it yet. But I can see you're really striving for this thing. You're really working hard for this thing. You have, you know, you've been through a lot in your life. You've risen and you've fallen. You've attained and you've lost. The Nine of Wands is a warrior who's, you know, this is not his first battle. He has wounds from the past, but he still has energy for one more battle. And so, yeah, so to answer the question, what, you know, which archetype or what energy will aid and sustain us in this time, this striving for this thing that you want to create, I'd say keep striving. Protect it. Be wise. Be careful. Pray. I mean, I pray for protection. And if you're interested, leave me a comment. I can share what prayers I recite. The next row out is the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So there is a period of equilibrium or finding equilibrium in your finances, in your physical activity, in your health approach will benefit you right now. Moving swiftly will benefit you right now. Nourishing yourself, nourishing others, accepting offers and offering to others is also really beneficial right now. Because I feel like there is a collaboration to occur. Or if someone invites you to collaborate, I would consider that. I'm not saying you should necessarily go for it, but maybe consider it. Now, again, we have some warning cards, some cautionary cards saying when you consider offers, when you go for this thing, be wise. Understand that any collaboration could leave you in a sacrificial place. Any connection, any creation must be guarded well, because there is always a risk of disappointment. There is always the risk of loss. But keeping that in your mind is actually beneficial right now. So don't scold yourself for, oh, I'm always so negative, etc. You're not being negative, you're being wise. We had the Nine of Swords in the shadow, which is why I mentioned it. Be alert. Yeah, here's the deal. There's a deal you're going to make. You're going to shake hands with another group, another organization. Maybe you're going to get a government grant and you need to sign on the dotted line to go, okay, we can do this thing. You'll give me this and I'll give you this, and it's a win-win, right? Very carefully planned win-win. Because getting a grant doesn't mean you can do what you want, right? Like you're in an agreement. Signing a document with someone, or, I don't know, shaking hands, coming to an agreement requires wisdom. And here we have Aya, the Magician card, and the Seven of Swords with a Temperance in the background. So there's a real energy in this reading of relying on your instinct, because knowing who you can and can't trust and not diving in, treading carefully, will benefit you right now. I understand you really want this thing and you're willing to go far to get it. But you need to be sure that the people you're making deals with won't steal this idea from you, won't put you in harm's way, because the Seven of Swords is a trust card, absolutely. It's an allegiance card. It's two soldiers actually fleeing from the camp because they realize they're going to lose this war and they are just collateral for someone else's agenda. So, yeah. Bit of an intense one today. I hope it makes sense. Let me know if it does. Let's see if there's one more message for the collective. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Whoa, look at this. The Chariot and the Five of Swords. With the King of Swords in the shadow. A group of people or someone who wants to collaborate with you, who appears to be like wanting the same thing as you, might not be. They actually want to compete with you, if not directly antagonize you. And the reason for that is they're out for their own agenda. Doesn't mean they're evil, doesn't mean they're bad, doesn't mean you're necessarily unsafe, but they're things for you to decide. Like, you do need to make sure you're safe. A tarot reading can't do that for you. But the message really is strong here of This collaboration is not going to be as fruitful as you think it is. There's a lot of other agendas at play. I feel like doing an extended for this, or a part 2. Maybe I will. Look, I hope this served you well. Please let me know in the comments if it did, if it resonates, if it's connected to anything you're going through or you're suspecting. I feel like your best guide is your own intuition. So take this if it means something to you. Leave it if it doesn't. And as always, I will leave you with my love and courage. Until we meet again. Bye for now.